munosimba people arikupikisa bondivana pingo kukeye kungoshabisa semakumu mango chemudiri boys tamu chemutsindu vakarara muchinzwira mubondo uchida zvakawanda pameti ya follow uchida nyaya dziri straight futi follow zvamunoda kunzwa zviri kuno zvamakamirira futi zviri kuno kambege media ndoti to the fullest ukaona ndasendisa icho ndatinyanyesti ndakuitira musoro boys tamu nganisho musada kupikisa munosimba people arikupikisa bondivana pingo kukeye kungoshabisa sema.
Right, 14 April 2025, and today I'm going to be giving you one of my most difficult streams. I don't like the stream that I'm just about to do, but I have to do it because it's very important for where we are going. So we are going into one of the most important periods in the history of Zimbabwe. And this is the impeachment of Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa is terrified of what's coming because he doesn't know who is going to support him. He doesn't know who's going to go against him. And he's desperately trying to stay in office. So Mnangagwa is desperately trying to stay in office. And everything that you're about to see is connected to the impeachment. So the impeachment is very, very important. And you're going to see things that you've never seen during your whole life. So this is something new. But let's start with condolences. So Zimbabwean musician Tatenda Pinjisi has passed away after an accident on the Harare Bulawayo Road. So he has just passed away a few hours ago after he was in a coma or in the ICU. So condolences to this Zimbabwean musician, Sungura musician, and his band members have also passed away. So 3 people passed away on the spot, including a woman who had received a lift from the band. And then Tatenda Pinjis was in ICU and passed away less than 3 or 4 hours ago. So very sorry about that. It's very bad on the roads in Zimbabwe. Don't drive after 6 p.m. on any Zimbabwean road. You will die. And I've always said it. In my previous company at the bank, it was not allowed to drive your Zimbabwean car after 6. You would have to park wherever you are and find a place to sleep. And that has been my policy also. As soon as you see dark in Zimbabwe, do not drive your car. Park and get a room and sleep, or sleep on the side of the road, because you will die. Those roads are terrible. Mnangagwa, Arkuravanu, Nenzara. So I want to now go to my first story, and I want to spend a bit of time on what is happening here. So I said that there is an impeachment coming, and Mnangagwa doesn't know who is going to be on his side and who's going to be against him. And so what has happened is I've been talking to my sources, and you saw this week a number of certain revelations being made by about Nelson Chamisa. And particularly, we've seen a woman called Nyandoro coming out and making all sorts of allegations against Chamisa. Most of you know that I tend to like Nelson Chamisa, so I would normally not produce such a video or footage. I've got it. I've got every single picture and every single information about what Nyandoro said. And I'm not lying to you. I've got it in my phone, and I don't even care. So you can see here, I've got everything. She's posted a lot about Chamisa, so I've got everything. And I don't publish it because I don't want to. But she said a lot. However, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the stuff that Nyandoro has been publishing here. When I'm saying Zimbabwe intelligence is about to release certain information about Chamisa, I'm talking about serious stuff, not this stuff that you know. So Chamisa did this and that. This is, to me, nothing. So I don't see this as important stuff. But according to my sources in Zimbabwe intelligence, Mnangagwa is seen and considered Chamisa a big threat, and he considers him to be the one person that can benefit from the impeachment. So within the next few weeks, before the actual impeachment, which is on the 6th, Tuesday, the 6th of May, my understanding is that Zimbabwe intelligence plan to release certain classified information. And this is video and audio or pictures of Nelson Chamisa. And they believe that this will be a game changer and it will allow them to eliminate Chamisa as a challenge inside of this impeachment battle. Remember, the impeachment has been called by Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa said Mnangagwa is going to go by the 6th of May. In fact, he didn't give a date, but this was supposed to happen before Parliament was illegally closed. So Mnangagwa, they don't consider him to be a serious threat in terms of being able to organize ZANU-PF MPs. And Zambi yesterday has made a point to say that they are going to organize all the MPs. They've given them the land. They've also made sure that the MPs are whipped and they are going to vote against the impeachment. However, they consider Nelson Chamisa to be a big threat, someone who can, if he were to say something, the MPs would follow. The public sentiment would be against those who vote against the impeachment. And therefore, whatever they were holding and which they consider to be damning, and I know what it is, so I know the exact contents of what they want to leak. If they leak that, then Nelson Chamisa will be finished. That is what they believe, that Nelson Chamisa will be totally done and finished. So Zimbabwe intelligence right now working on a leaking strategy on how to decimate and destroy Nelson Chamisa once and for all. And I also believe that if this content, if what I've been told is true, then not a single person in Zimbabwe would remain on the side of Chamisa. So that is what I've been told. And unfortunately, I can't say more, and I don't want to say more. I just want to leave it that way. I just want you to know that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to get very dirty. And the impeachment is real. So the impeachment of Mnangagwa is real. Mnangagwa is on the verge of being impeached. And MPs, senators, and people within ZANU-PF are not sure what is going to happen. So let me explain to you why. To impeach Mnangagwa, you only need half of the joint sitting of Senate and the Parliament. So you only need half. And then Mnangagwa will be impeached. That means anything that happens can push Mnangagwa to impeachment. And Mnangagwa is well aware that this is what is going to happen. If that half votes in favor of impeaching Mnangagwa, Mnangagwa is gone. He's going to go, and Mnangagwa is seriously sick. Anything can happen at this particular moment. And Chamisa will be a big beneficiary. Also, on one side, you know that General Chiwenga is extremely popular within ZANU-PF. He's got a huge following. Currently in Zimbabwe intelligence, Zimbabwe military, Zimbabwe police, and war veterans, it has been estimated that Chiwenga now has over 60% of the support, of the combined support inside of the government and security services. So over 60% support Chiwenga, and in military, that's over 90% support among the junior soldiers. So the junior soldiers believe that Chiwenga will be able to run a better government than Mnangagwa. Inside the civil service, Chiwenga is way above 80% with support after the poor conditions of service in the public service. So Mnangagwa is well aware of this issue, big problem that is facing. However, the main target right now is Nelson Chamisa. And my understanding from people that know is that Zimbabwe intelligence has obtained certain pictures or video, and they want to leak them, and they are working on a leaking strategy So what Bridget Nyandoro has leaked is nothing. So as I said to you, I've got everything. I've assessed it. To me, it's nothing. This is just normal stuff that we already knew or that we already had in the public domain. But if what I believe is going to be leaked is leaked, then it would be a game changer. However, remember, Jonas came here and he said he was involved in a mission to retrieve certain pictures in South Africa of Nelson Chamisa. That is not the pictures. So this is not what Jonas was talking about. Jonas has never seen anything about Nelson Chamisa. He was just talking. And I can even challenge him to come. And I've assessed what he said also. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking here about something that you've never seen, something you've never heard. And they are taking it very seriously. This is particularly coming from the Mnangagwa group. They are very concerned about the popularity of Nelson Chamisa. And I hope that Chamisa does manage to get out of this. And at the end of this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play for you a video I did with Prophet Advocate Joshua in 2020. So that was on 11 April 2020. I'm going to play for you that video, which I did with Prophet Advocate Joshua when he approached Timia Chamisa to tell them to have prayers because of what he saw was coming. One of the most accurate prophets in Zimbabwe. You're going to like what you're going to see Prophet Advocate Joshua saying on that day, which is 5 years ago. Amazing stuff. Prophet Advocate Joshua, I like him. Now, let's quickly go to some news before I go and give you that video. What we've done is that from today, we're going to be doing 3 sessions until the impeachment. The impeachment is real. Mnangagwa is terrified of what's coming, and it's going to come. Mnangagwa at the moment is being managed so that it doesn't do something terrible in public. And you're going to see a deterioration of Mnangagwa, which is going to take us to a no doubt impeachment. So everyone will now be agreed that this man must leave and is no longer fit to run as Zimbabwe president. Remember, what is currently happening is that Mnangagwa is expected this week. We are expecting a very big and bold statement from Mnangagwa. But Auxilia Mnangagwa has resurfaced. The ED 2030 have resurfaced. They go away, and when they feel that they're weak, they come back, and so on. So now they're back. Starting yesterday, ED 2030 is back. They've been going around pushing very hard. But the main people that are a threat is a coalition. If Chamisa was to work with Chiwenga, they believe that that would be a dangerous coalition. So the attack on Chiwenga is coming. I've already said to you that expect the resignation of Kembo Mohadi. It's going to be a game changer. Then expect the leak on Chamisa. Those are the 2 coming events. And the key players here are going to be Valerio Swanda. It's going to be a key player, probably being appointed on behalf of Kembo Mohadi. And then you're going to see a move on Chiwenga, some sort of attempt to get rid of him being made within this same period. So everything is going to come together by the 6th of May. We are in a dangerously interesting period. For those who like danger, you're going to see something that you've never seen. But don't forget, we've got 104 people in jail right now from the protests. They've been arrested and they've not appeared in court. So those people have been arrested, they've not appeared in court. They're basically being held hostage by Mnangagwa. So a lot is happening, and it's going to happen together. However, a look at what is going to happen next to Nelson Chamisa. That leak is going to be a game changer. If they manage to go through with it, it can be hard. They will just have to put it on some groups and it will go viral. And as I said, the 2 most important people right now, Chiwenga and Chamisa, they are seen as a big threat within the ZANU-PF, Mnangagwa. So there's a ZANU-PF faction of Mnangagwa. They see them as a big threat. And as I said, the current leak of accusations by Nyandoro to me, they make no sense. I don't care about them. And I believe that she's got nothing else to give. She has given everything that she can give, except if there's anything else. Like if I was to see her with some real evidence, then I'll believe it. Right. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. Now, let's go into some news. I want to quickly look at some news and want to start with H Metro newspaper. So H Metro newspaper, my favorite newspaper, the TMZ of Zimbabwe. Guys, the guy you're seeing on the screen is the headmaster of Allan Wilson High School. He's called Tafara Zhou. Last week, I briefly touched on this case. So Tafara Zhou has been abusing boys at the school, at Allan Wilson High School, and he's appeared in court this weekend. He's particularly abused one boy who was from a disadvantaged background, and I cannot believe that he leaves his nice, pretty wife there to abuse boys. It's crazy. So he's done it, and he's appeared in court. He's not pleaded, and this is the second time we're seeing a male headmaster or deputy headmaster abusing boys. So this is crazy. It's happening in Zimbabwe. And I don't know why these guys do it. Amuroyi, Tafara Zhou, Anoroya. And I don't like it. So please go and check out that story in the H Metro newspaper. They have given a full detail of what happened at the school, at the boarding house, at Victoria Falls during school trips. So the boy was helped by the teachers. They then went to ZAC, Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission. The Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, after they were told, they did nothing. So the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission is the worst organization after the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. Those two organizations, they need to be dismantled and proper people need to go in there. The boy went to ZAC, he talked to people there, and what did they do? They just sat there with the information and did nothing. I don't know if he's a Mnangagwa supporter or what, but this is what has happened. This man was only arrested after the intervention of other teachers at the school. So ZAC, Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, the worst people on earth. I do not believe that when they're told such a thing, they just sit there and not do anything. That is crazy. It's crazy. I can't believe it. Zimbabwe. And then we've got another story. From a business point of view, I've seen the results of Ariston Holdings. So Ariston Holdings is one of the agricultural groups in Zimbabwe. And they've today released their results showing a revenue of about $7 million. And they've also shown costs or cost of doing business of about $8 million. So they've made a loss of about $1 million. And after all other losses, they're about $4 million in loss. So that is Ariston Holdings. You can go check it out. Their CEO has also stepped down. You can go check out this important story. Then the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has shown that in Zimbabwe, there are now $100 billion under management in all the banking sector of Zimbabwe. That's very little money for an economy like Zimbabwe. But go check it out with a serious problem in Zimbabwe where the ZIG has destroyed value. Most of the money that banks are making is coming from the conversion gain. So remember what I called fake ZIG. Fake ZIG is numbers in the bank that are not backed by anything. So fake ZIG accounts for 43% of all the money in Zimbabwe. So approximately 50 billion of the money in Zimbabwe is fake ZIG. It's not backed by anything. That is why you see the ZIG crashing. So when I talk about fake ZIG, remember what I'm saying. Mnangagwa, they've stolen over 10 tons of gold at the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. There's no gold left over there. They've stolen it. They've also stolen the gold coins. So what they did is they crashed the ZIG. On the day before, they took a whole bunch of coins and put them on the side. Crashed the ZIG, bought the gold coins using the new crushed the rate and then put the numbers in terms of the old rate and the ZIG. It means they basically bought the gold with the old rate, and now they've got a whole bunch of gold which has got value, and the ZIG, which has got no value, is left to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. And Mnangagwa, the serious thieves, and the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is complicit in what is happening. The economy is going to suffer greatly. You're going to see it. If Mnangagwa is not impeached, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Then let's go into other things. Let me quickly look at what else I want to look at here. Remember, I come 3 times now here. I want to go into a few pictures of Minnie Baloyi. So let's see what she posted. Chiwenga has attended what is called the Palm Sunday. Let's see if I can find one picture of Chiwenga. Chiwenga looking very good. He is much more confident now in what he's doing. And I hope that means he's going to be able to run as president very easily. If Mnangagwa is impeached, Chiwenga is directly next in charge. So that is Minnie over there with Chiwenga. And they are walking around in what is called the Palm Sunday. I don't know if those are the sons behind, but they seem to like Minnie very much. It's very odd. I find it funny. Most times Minnie I'm funny, but this one, she's doing very well. The whole country loves Minnie. It's amazing. Keno Minnie Tabo Baloyi. And then in sport, Moses Chunga is back as a coach. So Moses Chunga, popular Zimbabwean footballer, is now a coach at Chekutu Pirates, and he coached his first game this weekend, which he lost 2-1 against Emos. Emos is a new team doing very, very well. They've got the old Wange license. So that is Emos over here doing very, very well. You can see the league. The way the league is looking is such that Emos now have 14 points from 6 games, with against Platinum 13 points from 6 games. Scotland FC, Team Evaroi, is not doing well. Every time they play, they'll be having a 12th player against them after the murder of Pastor Tafara Zhou while campaigning in Mapuku. So I like the fact that they are not at the top. Although they bought all the players. So they bought all the players from all the teams that won, and they're still not at the top. I want to see them way bottom there, down, Uko. Dynamo's not doing well. Number 13, Islanders doing well. They won their game last week, this weekend. And we're going to see a lot of movement here in this league, Zimbabwe. And then, obviously, let's look at other newspapers. I want to start with the Chronicle newspaper. So in the Chronicle newspaper, they've got a story of a new development in Bulawayo, a massive, huge development in Bulawayo that is taking place. It's called Hoplin Estates. So very interesting. And I want you guys to understand, I'm not doing any more property deals in Zimbabwe until this situation is over. So you'll never see me doing any property deals in Zimbabwe until what we're dealing with now is over. But there's currently a development in Bulawayo where they're selling massive, huge pieces of land. You can go check it out in the Chronicle newspaper. And as I said, I'm not doing any land deals in Zimbabwe. Then at the Great Zimbabwe University, Professor Marin Tukuta has been appointed the substantive Pro-Vice Chancellor for Industrialization, Business Development, and Strategic Partnership, effective from 1 April. She is good. I like it. So that is Professor Marin Tukuta at the Great Zimbabwe University. She's going to do very, very well. And the Great Zimbabwe University, now one of the best universities. I like the way they communicate. They're out in the open communicating. But they need to improve the way they deal with students. So they need to improve the way they deal with students. So especially, they're taking students on all sorts of, what do you call this, hearings and all that. So tomorrow, we've got 2 students who are going on hearing. And I'm going to give you the information on Linus Munongwe and Prosper Chungojo. The hearings are tomorrow, and they just need to manage this relationship with students. Otherwise, they are doing well. So the ZINASU, Zimbabwe National Student Union, has been holding a solidarity march for these two students, and I'll try to get them here during this particular week so that we can talk about what is happening with the students. Now, I want to quickly bring this to an end. I don't want to stay here long because, as I said, I'll be back during the day. So our sponsor is Verge, and for UK, we're running a 2-for-1 special until Easter. This is amazing. You can now buy on Amazon, South Africa. You can now buy, you can go and pick it up in Cape Town, Johannesburg, Harare, Bulawayo, and Postnet across South Africa. We are the biggest distributors, our sponsors. So go over there and support the struggle. Usatongwe nema salad. That is amazing. So I would like to now look at the comments very quickly. And let's quickly look at the comments. What are the guys saying? And then we'll be back here later on during the day. If there's any breaking news, I'll be back like that. I'm managing this environment every day. I'm like a guardian angel right now. Right. ED looking good and healthy. That's going one-on-one. Guys, this is ED. ED is not looking good and healthy. ED and a dementia, vascular dementia, and it's going to be impeached. So I'm going one-on-one, you know it very well. And then ED supporters in Zimbabwe, no, it's got no supporters. Let's look at that is what they did to Tsvangirai. It was a lie. Yeah, what I've seen and what I've heard is very bad. So in terms of the leak that is coming for Nelson Chamisa, let's wait and see. I hope it's a lie. What I've heard. And what I mean is, remember, everyone makes a mistake. Right? There's no one who doesn't make a mistake. But in this particular case, what Zimbabwe intelligence has been doing is to systematically attack Nelson Chamisa until he quit his position in the CC. If there is an impeachment, the only person right now that has got credibility is Chamisa. And if they destroy Chamisa's credibility right now, you're not going to have anyone in the opposition who can take up that position. That means Mnangagwa is going to be in office until he likes to leave. So I'm not saying this is simple. This is a very complicated issue, and it's going to come out. Right. Mnangagwa got producing the girlfriend don't matter at all. We're a product of polygamy. Saka amunanyaya zvigaranda. I know you want me to say it. It's not a girlfriend. It's not what you think. What I'm saying is just be patient. In all I can tell you is Zimbabwe intelligence are terrified of Chamisa, and they're going to do anything. But now they want to beat him up with what is called the final kick. That is what they want. They want to reduce Chamisa to no one in the environment. I don't know if these things have been doctored or what, but what I can tell you is that what you're going to see, you've never seen before. And I mean, you're going to see something that is unbelievable if this so happens the way that I've been told. However, as I said, I already have Bridget Nyandoro stuff. That is nothing. I don't care about anything that Bridget Nyandoro has said. And I believe that many people don't care. So what I'm talking about is a final, the biggest investment that they've ever made in destroying Nelson Chamisa is just about to surface. Right now, we're going to see it, and Chamisa has to deal with it. But let's play Prophet Advocate Joshua. I was sitting with him in 2020, and I want you to see what Prophet Advocate Joshua said about the current situation unraveling. And that is not all. He's made many prophecies about Chamisa, but let's hear this one.
I spoke about a woman, and it was written there that there is a woman figure that is going to cause havoc within the opposition party. This is something which was supposed to become private, but then the woman tried to make it public. So on this scroll that I was reading, it was very clear that the preceding event was that of the main opposition leader becoming an ordinary man. I have given them nuggets. I don't know if they've yet set up an intercessory team, a strong one this time around, as I have been encouraging them to do. But he had become ordinary. So I saw on that scroll, letters were moving, and I was told that the movement symbolized the movement of that particular leader. It was about a 400-meter movement. But then after that movement, when the leader met that particular woman, he tried, I must say, to negotiate, but then the woman wanted to make it public. And there were 4 individuals, according to what I'm reading and what I read on the scroll, who actually then noticed, because of what was emanating from the woman and the manner in which she was behaving. And thus it became public. So this is not the first time I am giving prophecies. They are always fulfilled. But what I'm saying is, you can't say you love your leader, even in the opposition, if you don't pray for him. If you just comment about it, you do nothing about it, but this is coming from a scroll. And everything that I've read from the scroll, it comes to pass. So those who truly love him should pray, but I'm sure that even on his part, there is more that needs to be done than that which has actually been accomplished, especially spiritually. There is need for a very strong spiritual team. I'm there as a prophet, and I'm warning. This is something that made my belly bitter. If it doesn't come to pass, then you are rest assured that it didn't come from God. But I know that whatever, and those who are watching know, whatever has come
So
from that
guys,
scroll.
I'm gonna bring to the end. You can go and watch this prophecy on Gambakwe. It was done between me and Prophet Advocate Joshua, part of the 97 prophecies. One of the biggest and most painful thing for me was when Prophet Advocate Joshua prophesied that Nelson Chamisa was going to lose the 2023 elections. I stopped talking to Prophet Advocate Joshua for a very long time after I issued that prophecy. And unfortunately, it did come to pass. There are many prophecies made on Chamisa, including the prophecy of the dark room and the shiny ball. You can go check them out. It's prophecies, 97 prophecies of Prophet Advocate Joshua. And what I'm saying here is just, you must understand, Chamisa is a very spiritual guy. And Zimbabwe is deep into spiritualization, especially ana ED. ED anosora kunganga, like anofamba nenganga, ED, everywhere he goes. So you're dealing with spiritual forces around everything. But what we're talking about here is not that. I've got a lot of things that we can say about Chamisa. It won't stick. But this particular thing that they want to release, if it comes out the way that they have been told, it will stick and it will be very bad. So let's watch out in this environment what is going to happen in the political space. And I've said we need now to move to a coalition. M31 is a coalition. We need to move to a new coalition. We need to have a national convention by December where everyone in the opposition can come together and we define a process for 2028. There needs to be a process. Even if there's a new government, the opposition must define a process. There must be candidates for 2028, and this should happen by December 2025. We should not pass that stage without a coalition which is going to go into the election. So I'll be here. I'll help you guys to set it all up, because Inina, this is a politician. So we are going to be able to find out what we're going to do with M31. And I hope that Mdarakeza comes out and will put this thing into an orderly process. We want an orderly process. I agree with a lot of what Wopochmono is saying about a structured opposition. I've been saying it a lot. And the possibility of us not having Chamisa in the environment is very high by 2028, if what I've heard is true. So there's a big possibility that Chamisa might not be in the environment as an opposition figure. So it's important for us to find a way of working on a coalition. And it's true that some of the people very close to Chamisa have betrayed him. They've sold out. And it's obviously a combination of factors. There is a combination of factors here at play. The ZANU-PF side, the military side, the political side. There is a lot that is happening here. And let's not forget, Kuti, it's not necessarily the outcome that we want that is going to come. And we have to maneuver. The best chance that we have is to remove Mnangagwa through this impeachment, have a new president, ZANU, and hope for the best. Because if Mnangagwa continues, Mnangagwa has got no agenda. He's got nothing except power retention. That is why he's going to arrest someone and throw them in jail for nothing. Like saying you are protesting, they're thrown away. We also have the situation of the collapse of the economy. Mnangagwa has got no plan for it. So we need a change very, very quickly. Right. I want to, Gambakwe, let me tell you something. ED will not be removed. Get in touch. All right, Mdara Zephania, you want me to get in touch with you? Is that yes? All right. I hope that was not meant for everyone. You got a prophecy. Okay, you get in touch with me if you've got a prophecy. Go and say yes. Chamisa is a tweet. What is the tweet? At the moment, we don't care even a blind man can leave Zimbabwe. Welcome it. I don't want Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa Argurava Nenzara, and he must go. So I am all for the impeachment. Let's get that impeachment going, without a doubt. But what has happened now is that Mnangagwa has released his best, everything that Mnangagwa has got. He's taken it out, including some of the agents that he didn't know were agents. They're going to come out. I was just talking to someone that I believe that Mnangagwa felt that this is the last moment. So some of the people that are going to come out as agents, they were totally normal people that you didn't know. They were not even activated, but has activated those people. So be very careful, because what can happen to you and to anyone is very bad. It's bad. And that is because of the impeachment. The impeachment is the most important thing. There's nothing else but the impeachment. Okay, I think I've covered everything. I'll be back here tonight. And I want to explain to you that Mnangagwa, I was talking to him a few days ago. Let's see. So Mnangagwa has got a big story. Mnangagwa, Deputy Minister of Finance. So I've given him a chance to respond, and he hasn't responded. So I'm going to release the story now. Not today, but I'll do it very soon. So Kuda David Mnangagwa, I have sent him a message to respond to Zana's God, and he doesn't want to respond. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it within the next few days. Towards Sanangura. What is David Mnangagwa been up to? There is pictures, there's video, everything. We're going to release it like we did last week with the father of Botswana. So we're going to do it very, very soon. And I've got everything. So we're going to just put it out there. I don't have a secret. Guys, I'm clean, guys. Andina Maremun and Dakatora, Andina side. So anything that we get, we put it out. Zvinozoona na ikoko kumberi. Right, thank you very much everyone for watching. I'll see you again during the day. And as usual, we're going to be live at 10 minutes past 9 every day. The environment is getting hot, kuruku pisa. And we want to see how we look like when we get out on the other side. It's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much for watching, and a good day to you.